Hey everybody, I am Candice Lee and I'm with Lularoe Candice Lee, and I am here to show you guys how to use Shop the Row. I have been using it since I onboarded at the end of June, and it has just made life a lot easier. There's a lot of pros to it that outweigh the cons. So if you can see up here, we have all these different tabs. Right now we're on the Home tab, which shows us all of our stats for the year. And it also shows me sales all time, shows me my profit for the year this month, and that's profit meaning how much you actually earn after you replace the clothes that you've sold. So that's a really great thing to see. There's profit all time, because that is different than sales of all time, because profit is what you're actually able to take home once you're taking home money. So there's also the cost of your inventory on hand and how much you could potentially earn if you sold it all. And then also tells you how many pieces you have on hand and how many listed. And I only have 723 listed because I have duplicates. So, and that's just kind of something that you have to work with Lularoe. So, also shows you kind of what's new over here, which is great. If you want any updates on things the company's changing or trying to make better about the site. We also have over here trends. It shows how I've been trending each and every day, you know, just tells you, oh, you've had this many sales on this day, this many on this day, and so on. And then there's the sales past 30 days and the past 6 months. Also, it shows you in how-tos. These are some great videos you can watch if mine doesn't give you everything you need. Just kind of shows you shop the row, adding inventory, posting pictures, but just thought I would do my own so I could share this with my team. Also down here below your profile, it will show you your email address and the mailing address and billing address they have for you. Here it shows the claimed items that you have claimed. I don't have any claims right now. I don't have a sale starting until later this evening. So all of my sales are completed. Next, we're going to go to my inventory tab, and you can also go to it right here if you want, and you can look at your finances here as well. But let's go to my inventory, and I will show you guys how we add inventory. So your first initial time adding inventory, if you're a brand new consultant, may take you a while because you're going to have to do every single piece of inventory you have. But if you have a bunch of just small Amelias, you can add those all at the same time. Or if you have a bunch of medium Amelias, just whatever it is, if they're like the same size and the same style, you can add them all at the same time. So it makes it super convenient. So I will show you here how we do things. Let's go ahead and add some inventory. We're just going to add some stock photos today because I don't have any new pictures of inventory probably till Thursday. So, and I don't want to confuse myself. So let's just do the first thing that pops up. You can also type in Amelia and click enter, and it will just pull it up. And you can also do the size. So let's say I want a large. I'm just going to put L in, and I can either scroll down to extra large, to XL, let's say large. Then right here it shows us our wholesale price, and that's the price after the discount you get, the 5% from Lularoe, which helps offset some costs. Then right here we have our initial price of how much we actually usually sell them for retail. And it gives you suggested retail. Usually Lularoe doesn't want us to go below 60. You can also add a description in here. And I apologize if I'm sniffling. I'm just getting over a little cold here. So go ahead and put the description in. Let's just say, we wanted to say polka dot Amelia. And then we're going to select files. That will pull up our pictures. We're going to do pictures. I have all of my inventory descriptions in one place. So we're just going to go to inventory descriptions, find my Amelia. And there's my Amelia. And just remember, you can add more than one. And let's say you have more than one of the same color dress, as well as the same size. You can do a quantity of 2 here. Let's say you had 2 of the same Amelia, same size, same print, same everything. And it will just create a duplicate of the photo. So I'm going to do submit. If I do submit and add another, then I can go ahead and add another piece of inventory. And usually that's what I'm doing because I'm adding multiple pieces at the same time. But right now we're just going to click submit. Will take us back to our main inventory page. And when I have all my inventory in here, it will show me every single, how many of each size I have in each style. Also shows me over here on the right how many I have listed for sale. And then it also shows me how many I've sold over my lifetime of being in Lularoe. So as you can see, some of the most popular styles, definitely my Carly and my Irma. Amelias are popular too, but I still like to carry them. I think 47 is a pretty decent number for selling those. They are a great item to carry. So let's go over here. We're going to go to large Amelia, and some of these I have up and aren't listed because they're duplicates, so I don't always list my duplicates. So if you come down here, and you'll see that we have all of our Amelias here, and I'm going to show you how to list them. There's a couple different buttons up here. I don't usually use how to use this table. You can do select all, or if you wanted to deselect all, you can deselect, or if you want to do one at a time, you can select the box. But I suggest hitting the control key. So you can go ahead and do that, and then let's see, we can go up here, and yeah, so we selected all of those. And if you want to show more than 25, you can also go here and you can say show all, show 100, show 50, show 25, show 10, however you want to do it. And you can also type here in the search bar, like if you wanted to type in Amelia, and it would pull up all of our Amelias if you had more than one thing pulled up. So once you have that selected, you can come down here and you can see they're still selected here. We're going to go to groups, and if they just made you admin of part of a group that you're going to be in a multi-consultant cell, just push this little refresh button and that will refresh everything that you're part of or an admin of. And we're going to do our test Lularoe Shop the Row group. That's my test group. And it looks like I have an Amelia folder set up here, but let's say I wanted to set up a new one. So I'm going to do create new. I'm going to say Amelia. It won't let me do the same name for the same, for if it already has an Amelia album, we have to change the name a little bit. So I'm going to make it Amelia Dresses and do select files. We're also going to select this just because we're not using an actual photo of a piece of clothing I have. But so we're going to go ahead and select Amelia. Give it a minute to load, or else you're going to have to go back and do this process again. You can also select pick images from your library. I just don't like to go back and search again, so I just have everything in one folder of all my inventory descriptions. So that will create a brand new album, which I do every single time I load to my VIP cell. I delete all my past albums and I load brand new albums so that they all show up in my feed. It just makes it a little easier for customers to see. So if you come down here and you see that that album is loaded, we have those dresses selected. I'm going to come down here and it says message. So I just have a bunch of different messages. Most of them are actually the same, but I'm going to go ahead and click this little gray button right here, which will copy it. It says copied. Come over here and do Control V. That is going to copy and paste it there, and this basically will make a link for the customer to click on for this particular item that they can go in and actually type in their name, their email, and they can claim it so that it will come automatically into your sales tab and it will say that this customer has claimed this item. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there. It will automatically put the item name in, it will put the price in for you, and then if you have a description on it. So it won't show like URL and all of that. That's just to help so that the actual link is connected to the picture. You can also customize your claim form. I just have these couple different questions, especially if I have like a party, who is your hostess, I need to know. So you don't always have to click that, but I do that. You can also do manage questions, and this will say it lets you add some questions if you want. And I can also delete my questions. You can see my questions that are right here. So if you want to add a question, you can, but we're going to go back. It might make us reselect those again, so let's go to Amelia. Actually, let's see. Maybe it didn't. Yeah, it's going to. So let's go to Amelia Large. So you probably want to have those questions set up beforehand. Go ahead and select all. And we'll come down here. We're going to select our group, Test Lularoe Shop the Row. We're going to do create new. So it's maybe create a new one, but you're going to do Amelia Dresses. We'll select Amelia. Wait for that to load. So you're just going to see how to do this again. Copy that, paste it. We're going to do customize claim form so that shows up. And we need to wait for this to finish loading. The internet's a little slow around here today because we've had storms. So, okay, so let's go down. So we have 3 different options. We can list and post to Facebook now. We can list and schedule for posting to Facebook later. Or we can list without posting to Facebook now. And I'm going to show you guys how to use that one in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and just list and post to Facebook now because I'd like to show you guys kind of what it looks like when they're in the albums and how we can delete them. If we do later, I'll just show you how that looks so that you know you can post it at any time. But you want to make sure your timing's correct. So we have all these different times. I'm Mountain Time, so always make sure that's there and make sure you change to the proper date. So today is the 9th and it's 4:26. So I'm going to go 4:20. Let's do 4:28. We got to make sure it's PM. And then if we go down, we'll go ahead and we could say list and post to Facebook later. But I'm just going to do list and post to Facebook now. You can really schedule it for any time, so it's awesome just to help you if you need to schedule it in the middle of the night and then you have work or something or you're busy all day, the next day will automatically post it for you. You just have to make sure you're an admin of that group. So let's do list and post to Facebook now. And it says successfully created 2 listings and queued them for posting to Facebook soon. Sometimes it'll take a little bit of time. And if you want to see if you're waiting for your items to see when they're going to load, you can come all the way down here to the bottom and there's a bunch of different features. This is for consultants. You can come down here and go system status. And this right here will show you what's going on with Shop the Row. So it says this is how many items are waiting to be posted. This is how many consultants. It shows how many photos. And then the oldest deletion that's being processed. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to delete all your photos, but usually it's pretty quick. And then it says your items due for posting to Facebook, and mine says 2. So in case it does take a while to post, sometimes that's one of the cons of using Shop the Row, is that sometimes it can't post right away, so I would give yourself a little bit of time sometimes if you can. Because if it's a really busy time, like right now it's starting to be more of a busy time, but Thursdays in particular in the evening are really busy. So you might just, if you're loading to like your VIP page, give yourself like 2 or 3 hours and just make sure your customers know that like it's only window shopping for right now. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then if you come down here, that just shows like the busy times. Upcoming scheduled posts. The busiest is like right at 5. So you may want to try to post before 5, 6, or 7, and then it starts to slow down. So sometimes I'll load like 2 or 3 hours early. So I showed you guys the inventory tab and how to post and list things. Let's go to my listings, and then I will show you, we'll show you smart post in a little bit, but let's go to manual. And we're going to go to my Amelia's, and we'll go to the extra large, those stock photos that we added. Oh, did I add? I think it actually added large, sorry. Let's go to large. So we have these 2. So I'm going to show you how to double list, because you can actually list them to you can list them to more than one cell at a time if you would like. So I've selected both of those using my control key, made sure and did that. I'm going to come all the way down here. We're going to do post selected to Facebook. And I'm going to refresh our groups again, which I usually like to do. And we're going to load them to, there might not really be one I can load them to right now, but if I wanted to, I'll just show you how to do it. So if let's pretend that's a different group. So we're picking a different group. And we can do that create new like we did last time, where we can pick one. So let's just say I'm picking Amelia dresses. Do the same thing, copy the link, and then Control V, copy and paste. And then I'm going to come down here. You can do also list and post to Facebook now or list and post to Facebook later. And it shows the same thing if you're to post to Facebook later. Make sure always check your time. So I'm not going to actually select it, but that's how you post to more than one group. Super easy. It's just these posts selected to Facebook. And let's say I wanted to actually cancel these listings. Let's go ahead and cancel them because then I can show you how we do the party. Not the party listing, but the smart post. It makes posting to multi-consultant cells so much faster. So I have both of those selected. As you can see, I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to you can do a couple different things. You can do cancel selected listings, and that will just cancel them from any group that you have them in. Like, let's say you have them in 2 different groups, you would just do that if you wanted to cancel them from all. Or delete, and that would be nice for you if you want to select, let's say it's in 2 different groups, but you just want to delete it from one. Then you could just pick the one group and then say yes, delete selected Facebook photos for selected. And that just comes in handy when you have it in more than one group. But since we only have it in the one, I'm going to come over here and say cancel selected listings. Let's double check. Okay, we have those 2 selected. And then we're going to say yes, we want to cancel selected. And then I'll go back over to my inventory page. Up at the top, it should tell you they've been successfully canceled. So come over to inventory, and then we're going to be on Amelia. Let's go to large, and then as you can see, they're back up in there. And there's a couple different options when you have a listing to, let's say someone came over to your house and bought something and you need to take it out of Shop the Row and say that it's been claimed. Then you can come over here and do either, you can push sold outside Shop the Row, and there's one other way you can do that. Let's say it's already listed. I'm going to click on manual to pull up all my listings. And then if you come over here, let's click on extra small. And then over here, you can see there's the item, there's where it's listed. It will show whatever parties you have it in, the size, the date you posted it, and then it also will pull up Facebook comments if someone were to comment on it. You can refresh sold comments here if you want to see if anyone has commented sold on it. Just another way to keep track. You can manage the listing, which means you can change things you want on the listing, or you can look at the customer view, or you can go sold outside Shop the Row. So I'm going to click here on sold outside Shop the Row, and you have a couple different options. You can type in previous customers. So let's say I'm going to type in my mother-in-law, Emma Lee. So it says all her information. I can put that in. And then if I come down here, let's say you gave it away for free, you could always put $0 in there, or if you discounted it a little bit to what Lularoe lets you, you can change the price there. You can come in and let's say, I'll just do Candice. I'm not going to actually, let's see. We're just going to type in a fake address, 222 Atlantic Drive. No, we're not going to do that one. Let's see, which one have I used? Let's just do Meadow Drive, SLC for Salt Lake, Utah. It's not a real address, but I'm just going to show you guys. Oh, and it looks like this is actually new. You can put the date sold in here if you want. So click on that. I'm going to say it was sold on the 9th. We're going to click submit. Wants me to put an ad in the email, but it's fine if you guys see my email. So we'll just do LularoeCandiceLee@gmail.com. We're going to say submit. And you can also do that on the other page in the inventory. If it's still in your inventory, you don't have it listed, you can click on that and do that as well. So now it pulls you directly over to my cells, and it shows all my information, which is awesome. And it shows you 3 different boxes, so you can click when you've invoiced it to help you keep track. That's why I Shop the Row, I love it. You can click this link here that says paid. If once they have paid, so then you know that you can ship it to them, and once you've shipped it, you can click shipped. And that's what I do every time I'm shipping everything. I say, okay, I've shipped it, it's good to go. But that's just something really awesome. And you can also, I'm not going to click on this just because I have customers' information in here, but this is recently completed cells, and that will show you all your recently completed cells so that you can go back and you can look up any last cell, or if someone returns something, you can go in and cancel it and look up their information. And there's always a search bar in the right hand column. You can type in anyone's name. You can type in Candice, it would just pull it up, or but since I only have the one in there, it's not really pulling it up right now since it's right at the top. Okay, so, and also another cool thing your customers can do here is you can mark done shopping for them. You don't have to do that, but they can tell you they're done shopping once they're done shopping. And really encourage your customers to create a profile if they're going to be shopping with you more than often than not. So you can also click on these. It says done shopping date, customer's name, price, any of that if you want to kind of decide how you want to sort it. So if you come down here, you can also, there's a couple different things. If you want to delete the Facebook photo, you can delete it here like I was showing you guys earlier. It doesn't delete the photo, but deletes it off of Facebook. Shop the Row also has shipping capabilities, but I just ship too much that it's just not, it doesn't make sense for me right now to pay for how much Shop the Row is charging. I think under 100 packages it's only $15, but over that I think it's $50. And I do send more than 100 packages, so right now if they can get the cost down later, then I'll use it because it's awesome. I really like their setup for it. But since it's not cost effective, I use Shipping Easy, and I will show you guys how to do that at another time. So let's go ahead and cancel this. Let's say we wanted to cancel it. You can edit pricing, edit customer info, like if you put their info in wrong or they entered it in wrong. You can also come here and you can cancel sell. So we're going to cancel this sell. So we'll put this item back on sale. So if the customer says they don't want it, then you can go in and cancel it. And this is what a customer usually looks at. This is the customer view. It shows the item and it shows all of this information. And usually there's a big blue claim button. Let's actually show you the actual customer view so you can see it. There it is. So it shows a claim button, shows me that I'm selling it, has a little picture. So it's fun. People can come and comment here, but I usually don't see those as much. So usually they're commenting on my Facebook. I don't usually use parties. That's like an actual party you can have on Shop the Row and share a link to your party and they just shop on your Shop the Row site. So I don't usually use that because I tried it once and it just didn't get my customers excited. So that is just a couple things about Shop the Row. I'm trying to think what else I can show you guys. Let's go over to the listings tab and make sure I've showed you everything. Oh, I was going to show you Smart Posts. So that's the last thing I'll show you guys. Also, you can click here and you can see all your sold comments if you wanted to use that. But I usually just go to my sales tab and I look at that there. So if you guys want to come over here to, let's actually go to inventory first. And then we're going to have to do, so we'll go to the canceled ones. And I'm going to show you guys what you have to do your smart listings. So for this, I would actually select all my Amelias, but I'm just going to select these two for now. You can select all of one style, and it really doesn't matter what shopping group you put them in, but I would put them in the shopping group you're going to post them to because it won't post them yet. You don't really need to put the link in yet. This is, remember, this is for smart posting. So this is what this is used for, the list without posting to Facebook now. So this will list them, we'll put it in your listings tabs, but it will not list them to Facebook, which comes in really handy when you're doing the smart post and when you're posting to multi-consultant cells. Multi-consultant cells all organize everything by size and style because if they have like 50 consultants together, it makes it easier for the customers to look at things. So that is where this comes in so handy. So I'm going to do list without posting to Facebook, so it won't post it to that group. So that's where it comes in and says, oh, it doesn't really matter where you post them to, because it's not really going to post them to Facebook, just going to put them in your listing tab. So if you click on my listings, you're going to click on Smart Post. And it's going to pull up all your groups here, and I can refresh them if I want. And let's say we're going to do Test Lularoe, Shop the Row. And there's a couple different options you have here. In my own personal sales, I list everything just by style. I put everything, like all the Amelias in one album. And Shop the Row will load them by size. So it will start with the extra smalls and go down to the 3XLs. So that's great. So you don't really have to worry about them loading the sizing and mixing it all up in your Facebook albums. It will keep them all according to size, smallest to largest in your album. So I do load by style, but if you want, You can do load by style and size, which is awesome. You would have to have the album set up though, so that's why it says do not post, but you can actually come down here and manually select them. But what actually usually happens with a smart post, let's say you're doing a multi-consultant, they already have all their albums set up by size and style, it will automatically, when you click on this load by style and size, it will group all of your items into the correct album. So it will already say Amelia extra small, you know, and so on. Actually, I can show you because I'm part of a group right now. Let's just click on Lularoe Brick House Beauties, one of the groups I'm part of. So let's give it a minute to load. And right here it's just showing that it loaded them all for me. And Brick House Beauties is a plus size, so it's just large to 3XL, so that's why it didn't select my other ones because there's no album to select. But see how it automatically chose all the albums for me? This will save you hours and hours, and you will be so happy for it. So that is one of the reasons this smart posting they've done is amazing. Like I said, the only really cons to Shop the Row is that sometimes you have to wait for your items to post. And I've had a couple times, just a couple in the 6 months I've used it, where it's taken more than a few hours for them to delete my items from Facebook. So this is really cool. See how it loads everything into the albums? Sometimes you may have to go manually select, like let's say they have a Madison skirt album, but they loaded all their sizes into the same album. You have to manually select you can go in here and select the album you want it to go into. So you'd have to go and select all the Madisons, but it still saves you tons of time. So I hope that was helpful. And then one other thing, you do need to go down here and still put your message in. So I'm going to copy it and Control V, and then you come down and you can either do the post now or post later. So come down here, post later if you want. For me, I had to load my sign at 12:20. That was my loading time, but I could schedule it because I was already an admin of the group and then not worry about it. I just needed to go back and check later. Make sure and go check your albums so the group's not getting mad at you that your stuff loaded in the wrong place, because occasionally when you're loading at the same time as other people, your photos can get bumped out of place and go to the top, which is a no-no in my multi-consultant group. So anyways, that is what you can do. I'm not going to post them now because I already have them posted, but I can post them now. And so that is why Smart Post is awesome and will save you so much time with multi-consultants. That's why I just love Shop the Row. It helps keep me organized in my busy life. Right now I'm working a part-time job along with this just to get my family some extra money, and also because I love Lularoe clothes. So if you have any more questions about it, feel free to shoot me a message. You can email me at lularoecandicely@gmail.com. I'll also leave it here in the video in the comments. So if you have questions or you need a team to join, I'm always needing new team members. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later, and watch for future videos. Shipping Easy's next. Bye!